under the direction of Captain Vargas, Lieutenant Williams. I want to thank all the family and friends of the recruits that are here with us, joining us today, and those on our live Facebook page. At this time, graduation ceremony of class 5021 will now commence. One second. Class, left, face, department, attention. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remove your hats and join me in a moment of silence as we honor the lives of all law enforcement officers that have made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty. Thank you. Please be seated. Chief Deputy Rocky Holcomb will now come and welcome class 5021, followed by Sheriff Ken Stalley.
Believe it or not, but just a short time ago, only bank robbers wore masks, it seemed like. I'm going to take my mask off. I'm certainly not a bank robber. Greetings and thank you to those in attendance, whether in person or joining us on Facebook Live. My name is Rocky Holcomb, and I am the Chief Deputy that oversees the administration and operations here at the Sheriff's Office. I am normally joined here on stage with Under Sheriff Brian Struzeri and Chief Deputy Tori Thompson. Unfortunately, we are holding this graduation under COVID protocols and could not accommodate everybody here on stage. I promise you that they are watching this graduation and they send their warmest regards and congratulations. I want to say a special thanks to Captain John Vargas, Lieutenant Tom Williams, and their staff for setting up this graduation ceremony. As usual, folks, outstanding work. We were a little bit in a flux if we were going to be able to have visitors here, but we're glad to have you and maybe you can come here and see your loved ones graduate. So to the graduates, thank you for allowing me this honor addressing you here today. During my 30-plus years here at the Sheriff's Office, I've worked every possible shift and assignment this department has to offer. Some good and some not so good, but nonetheless, each assignment has made me a better person in one way or the other. I encourage you to keep an open mind as you progress through your career here at the Sheriff's Office and make the most of every single opportunity that you receive. All of you, upon graduation today, will go straight to correctional operations. For the Sheriff's Office, the Correctional Operations Division is the tip of the spear. You will complete your assignments without splendor. You will be exposed to danger. You will do your job without fanfare. And you will sometimes feel unappreciated and frequently unseen. Regardless, do your job and be accountable for your actions. I can promise you that you are appreciated for the valuable work you do each and every day. On a final note, I'd like to say to the families of these graduating deputies just how important your role is to the success of these deputy sheriffs. You will worry about them each time they put on the uniform and report for duty. Your encouragement and your understanding will be critical to their success and well-being throughout their career. So to these graduates, I say to you, good luck. Thank you for your willingness to serve your community in this Commonwealth. And I look forward to working with each and every one of you. It is now my pleasure to introduce our Sheriff, Ken Stalley, for a few words. With his 40-plus years of experience, Sheriff Stalley is regarded as the foremost authority on public safety, not only in Virginia Beach, but all through this great Commonwealth. Sheriff Stalley started his career with the Virginia Beach Police Department, walking the beats at the oceanfront, and rising to the rank of sergeant and supervising the SWAT team. He later on read law and passed the bar and became an attorney here in Virginia Beach. In 1991, Sheriff Stalley continued to answer the call to public service and successfully ran for the Senate of Virginia, where he represented the citizens of the 8th Senatorial District until being elected as sheriff in 2009. While in the Senate, he became the voice for public safety and helped pass many pieces of legislation that made our Commonwealth a safer place for all citizens. So I'll share a little story about Sheriff Stalley that he tells me. He said when he first started at the police department, he lost half of his friends. And then when he got to be a lawyer and went to the General Assembly, he lost the other half of his friends. But he's proud to say since being a sheriff, all of his friends have come back, and we're happy to have him here with us today. And if I could have a warm welcome for Sheriff Ken Stalley.
Thank you very much. I want to thank everybody for being here, especially the family members who have made this a reality for the recruits that we have here. To the recruits, I want to say congratulations, and your career is just beginning. I'm going to change things up a little bit. I'm going to come down off the dais and talk to the troops. I'm going to make this a little bit more personal than it's been in the past. What I'm going to ask you is what they got law enforcement for and what they want to accomplish. Why don't you start?
Yes, sir.
Why don't you stand up so everybody can hear you?
I come from a very large military family, and they taught me all about serving my community as they serve their country. So I thought this would be a great way where I can give back to my community and serve it and help it be a better place. So that's why I became a sheriff.
How about you? Why don't you identify yourself as you stand up?
Deputy Juza, and I just wanted to be something, part of something bigger than myself. Something bigger than myself, as well as make my son proud.
Okay. All right, well, thank you. Yes, sir.
My name is Deputy Daly. I joined the Sheriff's Office to stop the bad guys and help the good guys, and there's no better place to do that than my hometown of Virginia Beach.
All right, good. How about me?
Deputy Leona Mullen. I grew up as a daughter of law enforcement, and I knew I wanted to have the same role someday.
And how about you?
Deputy Racer, my biggest thing is to just make a change within myself and to make a change within the Sheriff's Office.
Deputy Smith, I just want to serve my community the best way that I know possible, make ourselves look better to the community, and do what I can.
Deputy Dontrell Tyson. I joined the Sheriff's Office because it's been my childhood dream, and I like the professionalism of the Virginia Beach Sheriff's Office.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Deputy Walker. I've always wanted a career in law enforcement. Virginia Beach Sheriff's Office is providing me the opportunity to help people who can't help themselves.
All right. Now, anybody can answer these questions. And first off, I want to say, if there's ever a doubt in your mind that we get good recruits, that should put it to rest in your mind. We got great recruits here. Problem is we don't have enough of them. We're 60 deputies down right now. The police department is 120 police officers down. Norfolk PD is 300 police officers down. The state police are 450 police officers down. There's a national epidemic that's going on as a direct result of what we saw, the civil unrest and the violence that we saw about a year ago. We just don't have people that are willing to make the sacrifice, but these are examples of people that are willing to make the sacrifice and do what's necessary for the community. Because I think, I can't think of a greater honor than being a law enforcement officer and protecting your community. And I can't think of a bigger responsibility. And so when you guys come on, when you came on today, when you graduate today, you're going to be deputies, and you're going to be held accountable for being a deputy, a higher standard than anybody else. If you screw up, you're going to hear former deputy or current deputy of the Virginia Beach Sheriff's Office did this or did that. So you guys are a breed apart. You're separate than the regular communities are, and I think you need to be that way. I think you will have a family in the Virginia Beach Sheriff's Office, and you have your family members here that make it all work for you. But they have to understand what you're doing, and you have to be able to explain that to them. Now, the other thing, anybody can answer this question. What do you think the current challenges are facing law enforcement? What is anybody in the class? I'll pick you if you don't stand up. Yes, ma'am.
I think the media right now is a big challenge for us. Everybody wants to paint us as a bad guy and, ignore the good things that we do. I think that that's a big deal right now.
Well, you certainly don't have many advocates for law enforcement right now. And when this whole thing started last year, let me explain this. Does anybody believe in here that we have systematic racism in law enforcement? Well, to answer that question, I've had to do a lot of studying on that. And what I found out, for us to have systematic, which means it's throughout the system and it's sanctioned by the system, you'd have to have a concurrence by the Commonwealth Attorney's Office. You'd have to have a concurrence by the state police. You'd have to have agreement by the governor, the Attorney General's office, the FBI, the Department of Justice. They would all have to agree to this. Every congresswoman that's elected, every congressman that's elected would have to stand by and not be idle about this. And I don't trust it. One congressman, and I was in the Senate for 18 years, and I don't think Congress is part of the problem. I think they are the damn problem. And so I think that what we have to do is we have to make sure that our story gets out, that people understand that we aren't racist, and that we want more African Americans to serve as law enforcement officers. And I'll tell you, as an African American, you're going to have a greater challenge than the whites in here are going to have as a result of what's going on. And the African Americans in jail are going to probably be against you, and you might feel prejudice at times, and it's hard to work in an environment like a jail and not feel prejudice. And so I don't care if you're white or you're black or you're male or female. It's hard to work in that environment and not feel prejudice. But I think it's important to recognize that that's not who we are. City Council sent a letter acknowledging that there was systemic racism on the police departments and law enforcement officers, and they never talked to me or the chief of police about it. They never talked to any of us about it. So I sent them a letter and I said, please tell me what systemic racism is you're talking about. I'd like to see it. Now, I'm not saying for a second that there's not racism. There is racism in Virginia, and there's racism everywhere. And I don't know if it's ever something we're going to be able to get rid of. I remember one night watching Mississippi Burning. I don't know if you all ever saw that movie, where the FBI went down and investigated those 3 kids. And my son was a teenager, he was 15 years old, and he said, Dad, it was never really like that, was it? I said, unfortunately, it was like that, and we have a lot of makeup to do to get over that. But I think we're well past that in law enforcement. I don't care if you're black or you're white, you're a man or a woman, Asian or whatever. I'll grade you on your performance as a deputy and how the other deputies react to you. So I think you have entered a great profession, and I think when you get older, you start looking back and comparing things and trying to take stock in things. And what I tell you is that I think that people live 2 lives. I think they live the life they actually live, and I think they live the life that they imagine they live. And the closer those 2 lives are together when they retire to get older, the more happy they are with their life. If they're not together, they're very disappointed in their life. If they are together, if they're very close together, I think they're very happy in their life. And so I think you need to imagine your future as a law enforcement officer and know what you want to do and why you became a law enforcement officer. And don't ever forget why you became a law enforcement officer, because that's what should motivate you to succeed in life. And so I want to thank you for everything you've done, and I look forward to working with you in the jail. All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. And now we will acknowledge the graduates of class 5021. Class, attention. Prepare to cover. Cover. Right. Face. Forward. March. Deputy Justin Daly. Deputy Cheyenne Duza. Deputy Brett Lopez. Deputy Leanna Mullen. Deputy Jonathan Race. Deputy Taylor Smith. Deputy Dontrell Tyson. Deputy Corey Walker. At this time, we will present the Special Recognition Awards. Throughout the Academy, the recruits compete for 5 awards. They are Top Academic Achievement, Top Physical Fitness, Top Gun, Top Defensive Driver, and Top Academic Graduate. Top Academic Achievement goes to the recruit who scored the highest grade point average on all the written tests combined. The winner of this award with a grade point average of 92.5 is Deputy Taylor Smith. Top physical fitness is awarded to the recruit who had the highest score during our Law Fit program. The Law Fit program consists of the following: maximum bench press, sit and reach, pull-ups or lat pull-downs, a 1.5-mile run, and an obstacle course. The winner of this award is Deputy Leanna Mullen. Top Gun is awarded to the recruit who shot the best overall during all qualifications. The winner of this award is Brett Lopez. Top defensive driver is awarded to the recruit who demonstrated proficiency and control while engaging in emergency response driving during the emergency vehicle operations course. The winner of this award is Deputy Corey Walker. Top Academy graduate. This is awarded to the recruit who had the best overall performance throughout the academy. This recruit had the highest all average in all categories combined. The winner of this award is Deputy Jonathan Race. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the top Academy graduates. At this time, I would like to call Class President Deputy Jonathan Race to the stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for joining us today for the graduation of Academy Class 5021. It has been an honor to go through the last 16 weeks with the individuals from this class. In the beginning of the Academy, we quickly learned that we needed to work together if we wanted to make it through the following months. Throughout these past few months, we have learned to become a very small but tight family. Had we not formed this bond with one another, we would have been easily broken down. The constant motivation we all gave each other allowed us to grow so much during our time in the Academy. We have come so far, not only as individuals, but as deputies. There were many hardships and obstacles that we had to overcome, both mentally and physically. As a team, we were able to conquer anything that was placed in front of us. Without the training that we received, we would not be here today, and we can now proudly say that we've accomplished that. I also want to thank the phenomenal training staff for not only pushing us, but encouraging us to be the best that we can be. The experiences and knowledge we've gained from our training has positively impacted us all greatly. It has been a pleasure being trained by each and every one of you, and I am proud to be able to work together and become part of the VBSO family. Thank you all again for coming today, and congratulations to my team. I would now like to present the class plaque to Deputy Drew.
this time, Deputy Drew will retire the class flag of 5021. Class, attention. Prepare to cover. Cover. About face. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the graduates of Basic Academy 5021.
Class, all about face. Class, 5021.
Movement, sir!
Right face. Fall up.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for all your support you have given these recruits, and thank you for taking part in this celebration of graduating class 5021. The graduates will meet you outside shortly for pictures, just outside. This concludes our ceremony.